So in any case, the bottom line here is that you have energy changes. They do involve changes, internal changes in kinetic and potential energy within the molecules and atoms. Clarify just a couple of things. First place, the nail we drive has to also penetrate whatever the solid region is. So we got to extend the nail into the solid region. More importantly, in a battery, you're generally dealing with ions, which means that you're generally either adding electrons to the shells of atoms or molecules or taking them away, so that you get a flow of electrons, mostly electrons. You also get flows of ions, and that's where the energy comes from. There's also some discussion about a car going uphill or downhill. In a car, you are decreasing the potential energy of the chemical bonds in the gasoline. Okay, you're combining the gasoline with oxygen at a high enough temperature to allow that combination to occur, and that releases, again, chemical potential energy, the energy of chemical bonds, more like this. If you're going uphill, as you're burning that energy, you increase your gravitational potential energy. You lower the chemical potential energy by much more than you're increasing your gravitational potential energy. First place, because the engine is quite inefficient at converting energy. You only get about less than 20%, I think, of the energy of the gasoline actually goes into moving your automobile, and your automobile is working against non-conservative forces, friction, air resistance, and so forth. So you can think of that situation very much analogous to situations of a ball going down a ramp and up another. But the ball has some energy of its own, some propulsion of its own, and that gets complicated if you're really talking about a ball. Think about a cart going down and up the hill with some sort of an engine in the cart and some source of energy, maybe a battery, so you have that kind of chemical potential energy, or maybe some sort of fuel, so you have that sort of chemical potential energy. I'm not going to discuss that too much more, just for purposes of time and so forth. But to give you kind of an overall picture that relates to energy changes, and that's really the subject matter of what we're talking about this week.